Is now accused number 2 in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. Bongani Ntanzi will appear in his bail application outcome today. The Pretoria High Court is set to deliver judgment following months of postponements. Ntanzi has maintained his innocence, saying he's been framed. Let's speak now to our reporter, Linda Mnisi, who is live in court this morning. Linda, good morning to you. I hope you can hear us. There seems to be a development around the presiding judge over this case. Are you able to give us any information around that?
Well, indeed, Oli, there are developments in terms of Judge Chifiwa Mahumela. You'll remember he is the presiding judge over the Senzo Meyiwa murder report, suggesting at this point that, the JSC has, sent a recommendation to President Cyril Ramaphosa to suspend him. And this is over, his time, or him taking time to present judgments. Some of the reports suggesting that some judgments date back to as far back as 2018. We've reached out to the JSC and they'll be able to give us a statement elaborating on the investigations that were conducted and who basically laid that judgment. But the recommendation that goes back to the President is indeed a procedural, issue, given the fact that, of course, the JSC plays a critical role in the appointment of judges. You'll remember there's a whole, interview process that goes through the JSC after the nominations, and then that particular person that's nominated to be appointed as a judge is taken to the President, who would then appoint a judge. And that's in that context then that this recommendation would go to the President's office. But at the moment, it's not clear if he is indeed suspended. If he is suspended, obviously this will have an impact on this matter, as it would need a new presiding judge. But at the moment, there is no official confirmation that he has been suspended. You speak only about, accused number 2, Bongani Ntanzi, coming today to receive his judgment. That bail application was not conducted before Judge Chifiwa Mahumela. So I suppose then this morning it will go ahead. We've reached out, also to the other parties that are involved in this matter, hoping to get some reaction from them in terms of what exactly they make of the latest developments. But if it is indeed, if it happens that he's suspended, you remember it will further delay a matter that has, been waiting for far too long to even get to the country's court, further alienating the families that are involved in this matter, waiting for years for justice. And if it happens at this particular point, that it will certainly take this matter backwards.
Yeah, Linda, talking about Bongani Ntanzi, do we know how long he's been in custody for as an accused person who is not sitting in jail, unlike some of his co-accused who are already serving jail sentences? The understanding is that he doesn't have a previous conviction, and therefore the assumption is that he has been in custody since he was arrested.
Indeed, unlike his co-accused, Bongani Ntanzi is not serving a jail term. He has been in prison in this matter since 2020. So we saw then last year him approaching the court to apply for bail, particularly on conditions, raising issues rather around the fact that he is not serving a sentence, but also, saying that he was at work when this, when he was arrested. Also, through a witness who took the stand, raising issues around him being a breadwinner at home. You'll remember just last year we visited his family, who were quite hurt by the fact that, he's arrested in this matter, saying that he is innocent and, he had nothing to do with this particular matter. So he's been in prison since then. You'll also remember that bail is a constitutional right that the accused person has throughout their trial. At any point, really, an accused person can can apply for bail. So he decided then to bring that bail application last year, and it's taken over 6 months, nearly 6 months, for that particular judgment to be handed down. It's one of the concerns that were raised by his former legal representative, and that is T.T. Tobani, who was representing accused number 1 to 4. But obviously we know that it later changed when accused number 1 and 2 were said to have appointed their own legal team. So we'll hear today if indeed he will be granted bail, but you'll also remember that in such a matter it is a Schedule 5 and 6 offence that he's charged with, and that means he has to discharge exceptional circumstances that are in the interest of justice for him to be granted bail. So the state would then, of course, have to weigh in on this bail application, and they indeed opposed it, given the fact that also there was a development in this matter when he was identified as one of the people who were inside the house on the day of Senzo Meyiwa's shooting. That could be an aggravating circumstance, especially given the fact that it happened during trial. That doc identification, one of the most important things that came out of this trial. So we'll hear then how heavily that will weigh in this judgment that will be handed down today.
All right, Linda Mnisi, thank you very much, and he's live for us at court there in Pretoria. We're hoping to bring you the latest developments relating to that case.